Hi, what's your name?
Marsha Greenberg.
Marsha, good to know you.
Nice to meet you.
Why don't we start off and give me a little background? Tell me about yourself.
I think the thing that people notice most about me when they first meet me is my enthusiasm, my energy, my passion for what I do. It's in me and it's in my work.
Okay.
It's in my life also. And one of the things that I really like to do and that I'm very good at is to come up with an idea. You have a problem, you have an issue, and I can distill that for you, come up with a really creative and innovative marketing program, and communicate that in a consistent message. I am a consistent marketer. I have a message and I will put it through all of my programs, no matter what they are, radio, print, on air, public relations, whatever it is. It's got to be a consistent message. And I think creative and innovative marketing is really essential. And one of the things that I've learned is that because I've been so accustomed to doing more with less. I mean, as my career has gone on, our budgets have gotten smaller and smaller, and but the expectation has gotten larger. Because I am used to doing more with less, I came up with the idea that creative and innovative marketing is really what's going to set you apart from your competition. And my philosophy is you may be outspent by people, but never be outthought by them. A great idea, if told in a great manner, is going to be heard.
Absolutely.
And I think in this market today, when we're seeing, I don't even know what we're seeing, chaos, I guess is what it is.
I would say so.
Yeah. I think it's more important than ever to communicate now, and it's more important to market now, and you have to do it smartly, and you have to do it in a way that people can hear it. So I would say smart, very to the point, and you don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of money. Your competitor can have all the money in the world, but if you have a great idea and you know how to communicate it in a manner that can be heard, you're ahead of the game.
Well, if I ask you this, if I ask you what has really distinguished you in your field, what would you say?
I would say that I got really lucky very early on, and the lesson that I got lucky for a number of reasons. One was that I learned a lesson very early on, and that is that the future is always nipping at your heels. That if you are going to be a business person who is complacent or self-confident or afraid of what's around the corner, then you're either going to be trying to keep up with your competitor all the time, or you're going to be out of business. So that's number one. And the other thing that I was very fortunate about was that I was always that one step ahead in my career. So I started out in pay television when everybody said, who wants to pay for television? Then I moved into syndication when everybody said, well, it's network television that's the place to go, not syndication. And as these burgeoning industries came up, and I was fortunate enough to be there and use my experiences for these future tasks, people would say to me, God, how were you so smart to know that, this part was done and now we're going on to this part? And it wasn't that I was so smart. I was lucky, and I was approached by people who had ideas. And the gauge for me is, does it make my heart race? Am I beginning to think, wow, that is a next step? How do I get involved with that? How do I make it happen? How do we put the pieces together and go from here to there? And that, to me, again, is, I think what sets me apart is that I'm not afraid of the future. I'm trying to find ways to put all of my experiences together that will move all of us forward.
Very good. Well, give me a specific example, maybe something in your career that was a success for you that you're proud of, that you could share with me.
The one thing that stands out for me is a success that I had that combined my career and my personal fulfillment. And if you can marry that, I think that the experience stays with you for the rest of your life. let me go back a bit and tell you that I have never thought of work as work. For me, work is a combination of my passions and what I'm good at. I've always been very good with words. I've always been a good writer. I've always been good in condensing ideas and making them workable. And then, as I said, communicating them, being a consistent communicator, whether it's words or graphics, images or packages. So having said that, the most thrilling and exciting experience for me was I was given the chance to be on a team of people who went to Eastern Europe and developed commercial television stations, and we became the leading broadcasters in the region, and that would be in all of the former communist countries. And this was in '95, and I was there for 5 years, worked on in a number of countries. And the basic goals were creating brands and images in areas where you had to break through the communist chatter. 2 hours of television, you get all of your news and information and entertainment from basically one source. So the first question is, how do you create a brand? How do you break through an almost 50-year habit and create a new habit? That puzzled me, and I thought about that day and night. I really did. The other task for me was to train people in Western-style marketing and promotion techniques. And these were very young people. They'd all, in Romania, they had all been trained to be engineers. I'd never met so many engineers in my life. But they had innate talents, and I was good at recognizing that. And the question was, how do you train somebody in a mass media that was basically invented by America? I mean, let's be real about television.
Sure.
And when they have no understanding of the appeal, the allure, or the competitive nature of television.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So those two ideas were really paramount in my mind. How do you break a 50-year habit and create a new one? And how do you train people? And I'm happy to say that people that I've worked with and trained are working all over the world, and I'm happier to say that the stations, particularly in Slovakia and Romania, remain #1 in their market in share and rating to this day, and we created brands difficult to bust.
So what's next? I mean, what do you want to do at this point?
Well, Chris, I'm not really a change agent, but I am the make-it person happen behind the change agent. As I said, if you come to me with an idea and it really gets my heart racing and I can think of ways that I can help you get it out, then that's where I want to be. And I'm looking for the industry leaders who have an idea and want to go that next step. And that's what I'm looking for.
Well, thank you very much, Marsha. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Okay.